Everybody, let's take a look at one of the event quests for the Full Metal Alchemist collaboration. It is Greed, and Greed was an interesting quest to say for sure. Of course, take in the music. I'm sure as FMA fans you'll appreciate even more than I do, but it's some stellar music they have in this quest. But anyways, like I was saying, this is interesting because all of the mines are always going to be on top of a block. So that means either you need both Null Block and Minesweeping, or it actually doesn't matter. So for those that don't matter, I brought pretty powerful monsters in terms of bump combos or abilities. And first, of course, we have Tsukuyomi Zero, who has the Null Block and Minesweeper. Miyamoto Musashi has the Dark Slayer, as well as a Null Gravity Barrier, but that doesn't really matter here. We have Harley here, Transcended, who has her Weak Point Slayer, as well as her Weak Point Focused Bump Combo. And last but certainly not least, we have Mozart, who with her new Transcension, it's just insane what she can do in this stage. So and the reason why we want powerful bump combos abilities, I'll make it clear once we get to the boss stage, but until then you just want to clean up as much as possible. The mines do a decent amount of damage, so if you don't have somebody to clean them up, or getting out of the stage as quick as possible, it can hurt. So I am opting for the speed path because 3 of 4 of my monsters do not have Null Block, which also means they can't sweep up the mines. So making sure that the bump combos go off, the damage is dealt, will be important. So it looks like I'm going to try to hit everybody's bump combos. And oh, easy. I mean, it's just crazy what they did with Mozart's bump combo. Alright, one more turn and we should be out of here. There we go. There you go. Alright, so like I was saying, this is interesting because there is an Enrage line for Greed. As you can see, it's about 40% of the way down from his max health. And we might be able to see that right after Miyamoto takes his turn. There we go. And there we go. He gets this armored version. And when this first came out, I'll be honest, I had no idea what was going on. And there you go. If you don't do enough damage, the damage goes down to as if it was a scorpion. And I hate to use another game to compare this, but it's kind of like Puzzles and Dragons, where if you don't do enough damage, it gets reduced to 1 damage. So the same thing is happening here. If you don't do enough damage, you're not going to deal anything to Greed. So Miyamoto Musashi with his Slayer plus the weak point, that will be enough. Harley, if you hit the weak point, will be good enough since she has a weak point Slayer. But somebody like Mozart's bump combo, certainly not enough damage at once to make a dent into him. So you need to be careful in that regard. Make sure you're aware of who your damage dealers are, and make sure that you can manage it within the 4 turns before he enrages on you. The other alternative is try and plan out your damage so that you can stop just before that enrage line, and maybe you can just skip it altogether. Granted, I know it's kind of hard to plan that out, but I know some of you out there are good enough to do that. Alright, so luckily we're just on the cusp of the enrage meter, And Miyamoto Musashi's in a pretty good position to deal a lot of damage. Enough so that we just completely skip the enrage portion, which is actually really good. I mean, having not to deal with that armored version of greed certainly makes life a little bit easier. And actually Musashi is in a great position for his next turn. So probably debating whether or not I can get to the weak point with Harley. I opted not to try that. So clearing out the minions, not a bad thing. Now the important thing to remember is if you don't have Null Block, or sorry, Minesweeper, there is a chance you could be stopped on top of a block, which means you can cross over it for just a little bit. Don't forget about that because the mines do hurt a decent amount, so be careful. And we'll see Tsukuyomi Zero Strike Shot. They'll drop a bunch of lightning bolts in this area in front of her. And once again, lucky that it stopped right before the enrage gauge, so Miyamoto will be able to kill no problem. There you go. Again, skipping the enrage phase to make things just that little bit easier. And there you go. Oh! And that's right. So once you clear these event quests, there is a small chance that King Bradley will come down and challenge you. It's kind of like Dyna, where you have 24 hours to do it on your own, so you can regroup, pick the correct team, and take him on. There you go. And ooh, just off that S rank. So yeah, enjoy the agreed quest. Hopefully this helped. And until next time, bye bye.